All right, we're back here with a second replay cast here on my 24-hour stream thingy. Anywho, in the bottom left-hand side of Pillars of Gold, it is the blue Protoss player. Let me hover over him. It is Restia. Okay, let me see if I can do this in one shot, okay? I think it's... There you go. Nice, I got it. And in the top right-hand side, in the red, it is the Zerg player that did the extractor trick because he's surely Korean. It is NeRVe. Nice. I don't know if this is meta to do the extractor trick, but one thing I do have to notice, though, is that he is making 17 hatch? Question mark? 300 minerals? Wait, what? Why is his timing so sloppy? He would have gotten pylon blocked like 7 times already. Oh, noes. Anywho, did turn out to work. It did work out in the end. But ideally, you want to make your hatch on 16. Otherwise, you probably are going to get pro blocked if he does go for that pylon scout. Unfortunately, Restia goes for the gateway instead. And I just realized I don't have any music, I don't think. There you go, because it reset my settings for absolutely no reason. But here we go. The music is back. Almost blocking that spawning pool by RNG. Very, very nice. All right, production tab, because that's what chat wants. Let's go. Hold on. This is structures tab, I think. Yep. Units tab. Yep. Upgrades tab. Yes. 0 upgrades. Units lost tab. Hello. Oh, I just got information in the chat that pylon blocking feels bad. It feels like cheating. You're cheating him out of a normal game. It is a basic thing that does disrupt the Zerg immensely. Yeah, you can either feel bad or you can feel good because the MMR gain is absolutely glorious. Gonna go for 3 hatches very fast. In fact, stupidly fast. That's his 3 hatch at basically 2 minutes. It's about pretty much the fastest hatch you can have, especially when you're going gas as well. Only going to be going for that 1 queen though, and going for drones as well. Now this adept that's going to be coming out though is going to be really powerful because since he did go for that 3rd hatchery quite quickly, he didn't actually have much money to build the initial lings, which means all he's going to have for defense is the queens, and queens of course very, very shit damage. So yeah, he might have time to kill a couple drones. It'll depend on the micro here from both players, but we'll see. All right, Overlord's in position to do stuff. Restia going for that Twilight Cancel as well. Restia, I do believe he did see the 3rd base, right? Yeah, he did, so he knows what is happening. At the adept, let's see how he uses it. He's going to be probably shading into the main base, going for some drones. And as I said, he didn't really have enough money to make those initial lings at the beginning. So this might do a little bit of damage. Oh, there we go. 2. 2 is great so far. And he is just going to be going for that escape. Is he going to get it though? Ooh, that was close. That was almost mid-air. And how much we got? We've got 10 HP left on this bad boy. Only could have endured 1 more queen volley and then would have died. Gonna be going for super mineral heavy build. Look at that, pulling 2 guys off gas as soon as he started that speed. So gonna be going for mass queens and mass drones as well. I do like this choice. And Glaives is gonna be on the way for Restia. Now, what's amazing about Glaives is that it's gonna be really good versus this pure Ling composition. Glaives is a little bit tricky to hold because you need not pure Lings and not pure Roaches either. Now, Roaches can deal with the Adepts really well, but they're not fast enough to go in between bases. Lings, on the other hand, they can, go to all the bases quite quickly, but they do die to Adepts over time. So you need this kind of weird mix of Roaches and Lings at the same time to be able to deal with those Adepts, which is not always very easy to do. Sometimes even spines are required. I don't think it does, but sometimes people go for it because if you're not target firing, you might attack the spine instead. Okay, Observer going to be coming out first, though, and I don't know if you can tell that this is Glaives because... Oh, wait, he just shaded out there. So I don't know how many Adepts he actually saw. I think he's going to be going... Yeah, so far it's 3-gate Adept. Now, this is light pressure. I do say that, but at the same time, it is 4-gate Glaives, which is very, very common. It's a very strong build, and this Ling is just being super annoying. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me... this is a YouTube video, but fuck it. I want to read this chat message from Misery because he is he's the GOAT. Head to work soon, but sorry doing a 24-hour birthday stream. Happy birthday, my guy. Thank you very much, Misery. Glad you can stop by, and you can stop by any other time within the next 24 hours. Well, not 24. How much time do I got left? I still have 19 hours to go, so after work, I'm still going to be here. I'm probably going to be drunk and tired at the same time playing arcade, so you can catch me then. But right now, we've got a glaive attack going on. And that's what I'm talking about. You need that mixture of roaches and lings. Now, he's starting to lose a lot of lings, and we're going to see these roaches kind of struggle to go in between bases very soon. They can deal with the adepts quite well. He's not shading as often as he can, I think. But he's going to be getting a lot of damage done onto those drones, though. Ooh, aggroing, however, onto the roaches. Needs to get a couple more drones, and that's what I've been talking about. Okay, finally shades to the natural. A lot of roaches in the correct position. And he wasn't quite able to pull them apart fast enough. Adding lings to the roaches, as I said, very good. He does recognize that he does have quite enough roaches to deal with. He's going to be making lings, and the recall happens, which means the attack is over. If we look at the units tab now, we've got 40 drones to the 48 probes of the Protoss. So that means definitely in favor of the Protoss so far. And a Photic Photon in the chat as well. Probably the only one that calls me TKC, but that's exactly how I want it. Thank you very much for the birthday wishes, my guy. And congratulations to you again. I actually haven't said this to you yet, but congratulations on that fucking D2D win. Holy moly. Man, you thought you were going to stop in October. But hell no, October was the start. October was the precursor to peak Photon. Jesus. Oh, people call me Necro. But TKC is awesome. Keep doing that. Okay, so there's still the threat here of the War Prism with the Adepts as well. They're all in the red, though, so this is purely going to be for whenever there's like a clear opening onto the mineral line. Because if he drops them with that low amount of health, they're just going to die immediately. So, ooh, nice trick here. Going to be going for that morph on that Overseer. As you know, when the morph finishes, the new unit actually comes out at full health. So that's one way to save your Overlord. However, another stock here in position. Is this going to die? I believe it will die, unfortunately. Ah, no. Even supply blocking the Zerg players is not excellent. Adept here, going to be going for a couple more drones. And, 11 kills so far. So I think the defense, honestly, was quite nice out of NeRVe so far, I have to say. 7 Overlords at once. Don't want to be supply blocked anymore. Screw this. And third base is fully saturated now. We've got a sentry push with Immortals now. This is the last thing I would expect. I just don't expect a mid-game kind of 3-base Immortal sentry push. This is something you kind of see earlier on, but ooh, going to be catching a couple of these links. Okay. You know what? The composition here really nicely crafted out of Restia. He notices that there is, in fact, a lot of roaches, not a lot of links. So going for that Stalker Immortal Sentry, which is going to be really good versus the roaches, not only ground control wise with the sentries, but also just the fact that Immortals and Stalkers do that bonus damage versus that armored. So I think it's going to be definitely the right call here. And Blink is about to finish as well, so that's going to help him in that attack. However, I think he is prepping. He's just making non-stop units. And honestly, the Zerg is amassing quite the force. Force fields are going to have to be absolutely on point. And so far, they're quite on point. He is sectioning off the army quite well. Ooh, he has to not lose that Immortal, though. Oh, no, but the War Prism was loaded up with 2 random Stalkers. Not able to pick this up, but the Immortal stays alive, which is very important. And he's going to have to accumulate those Immortals across time if he wants to have a chance. Oh, I think War Prism might go down. Ooh, that was very clutch. That was he got out of phase mode at the last possible second there. Nice force fields blocking off, zoning off those links from actually getting to those Immortals. And he's going to retain his Immortal count. If you lose those Immortals, it's going to be a tough time. Now going into, I think, a brilliant choice here, Disruptors, which is really good versus all types of ground units that are generally slow, whether you'd be Terran, Protoss, or Zerg. Now, the Roach is pretty much considered one of the slowest units in the Zerg arsenal ground-wise, maybe to the exception of the Hydra. So this is going to be fantastic, I do believe. But these Roaches don't scale super well. It does allow the Zerg to max out very fast, which is going to allow him to start a little bit of a bank here before, until he gets a new tech out. But, I mean, Disruptors are going to do wonders here, honestly, especially with the creep spread that is not quite spread very far so far. Without that bonus movement speed to his Roaches, it's going to be incredibly difficult to dodge all of these Disruptor shots. Ooh, he still has a couple of Adepts. I love this, actually. Keeping the Adepts to harass, I think is a little bit underutilized, in my opinion. When you can shade in, do a couple, pick up a couple of things, and then just shade out to try and escape. Because normally when you send in Zealots, they're going to die eventually. But oh boy, this is going to be very, very tricky. He has to be careful with his Disruptor Balls, how he sends them. Amazing shot so far onto more Ravagers. That was fantastic shots. Great control. Locking them onto those Roaches and Ravagers. Ooh, and the Biles, though, taking out all the sentries. Damn. And that's game over. Wow, immediately. Disruptor shots from heaven, winning him that game. Yikes. Damn. Well, you know what? I think this is one of those examples where, you've got a lot of Roach Ravager, and although it gives you a giant burst of supply, it makes you feel really, really good. This is completely temporary. As basically they just don't scale in a couple of ways. Not only do they not scale in an attack and help, they don't scale in movement speed either, which is going to be super vulnerable against the Disruptors. And with the super anti-armor force that Restia was kind of building up with those Immortals and those Saugers, really was able to deal with that quite well. Although I do have to say he started to mix up his army by the end there, going for those Ravagers, which are non-light, non-armored, and a little bit more Lings. But I think all in all, that was a very difficult trade to do. But yeah, very well played.